Oh, decisions, decisions. Joining us now to talk about what we need to know before buying or selling a used car, automotive rather expert and host of Auto Insider, Daryl Killian. And Daryl, welcome to BNC. Start your day. We appreciate you getting up with us. Tell us what the number one thing is that everyone needs to know before they buy or sell that used car.
First of all, good morning. Thank you for having me. The first
Yeah.
thing I would say you need to do is you need to find out the value of your vehicle first. So you need to do a little research, go online to some of these automotive sites like KBB, autotrader.com, and see what vehicles like your similar vehicle are selling for.
Isn't it still best to sell your vehicle personally instead of taking it into a dealership because you can get more money by selling it yourself?
Well, that used to be the train of thought, but these days you may want to consider trading that vehicle in to lower your tax liability when you're purchasing a new vehicle. Whenever you buy a new vehicle and you have to pay your sales tax, you actually pay the sales tax on the remaining balance. So if you have a car that's $30,000, you trade in a $5,000 car, you pay the tax on $25,000. So in some instances, you can actually save those tax dollars, and you're a lot safer. You don't have to deal with the public when you're trying to sell your vehicle.
Oh, that's smart. I didn't think about the taxes. So JD Power, some others are indicating that prices have jumped 20 to close to 40%. So, does it make a difference if you get one of those online car sites, sight unseen, a quote there, or do you get the best price also coming to a dealer?
Well, these days, the car manufacturer, the dealers know what the other dealers are selling their cars for. So there are algorithms that run that actually let all the dealers know what all their competitors are selling those vehicles for. So they stay fairly competitive. These computers are really powerful. I will say, though, if you have cash in hand and you have a trade, then going into the dealership could potentially get you a better deal, especially if you're looking at cars that aren't as popular, like say maybe sedans these days.
So if you go in there with your used car, you're going to get more money for your used car in a trade-in, but the newer cars are also more expensive right now because of the chip issues. Am I correct?
Well, yeah, some of the faster moving cars and more popular vehicles I've seen, I heard people tell me that they're paying over MSRP, which is the manufacturer's suggested retail price. So that people are paying over sticker for the cars. However, most of the new car prices are just selling for sticker price, and they're not negotiating much. There's not many incentives out there. So going in with a used car, you lower your tax liability. You're going to get a lot more for your trade than you would have gotten this time last year. So that's probably the best way you're going to get any kind of a deal these days, if there are any deals.
All right, let's go back to this used car. All right, I want to buy a used car. I want to know, Darren, how long is this going to actually last? Because my whole concern is I buy a used car for over the MSRP, for over the blue book value right now, right? And then in a few months, when things normalize and go back to the way it used to be, I'm going to have a sharper depreciation because it is a used car. So, should I be concerned with that?
I wouldn't be concerned with it at this point. Like that, the car dealer you guys interviewed earlier. If you're not in need of a car right now, you shouldn't buy one. If you are in need of a car, I would say prepare it for the long haul. I always tell my listeners on my show, if you're going to buy a car, consider paying that vehicle off because once you pay it off, then you don't have to worry about the
Huh.
depreciation in it. They're all a depreciating asset anyway.
What about the delays? And again, this would be more, obviously the new cars because I've talked to some people who have put in their order and it's delay after delay after delay with the chip. So, there's one thing is the money, but the other thing could be the delays. And Mike's right. How long will that last before things normalize and people say, man, I paid too much for this and I had to wait.
Right.
And now, it's back to normal.
So what we're hearing is that it's going to be mid 2022. Something about this time next year, second quarter of
Oh,
2022,
wow.
is when inventories will be back to normal. If you're looking to order a car, like a lot of people order some of these newer cars, just stand by and wait for those cars to come in. But still, I would say, if you don't have to buy a car, don't buy a car now. But if
Don't.
you do have to buy a car, make sure you're getting what you want. Make sure it's something because once that new smell wears off, those car payments stay the same no matter how long you keep the car. The payments don't go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unless you got a car like Sharon, you know, like the cars depreciate in value, you know, like if you got the things that begin with a Bentley, like a Bentley, a Benz, Beamer, you know, the things that begin with a B, like
Daryl,
she got.
don't do that.
But
Daryl, don't.
but,
No.
but you know,
Daryl, come on
just
now.
some people got it, some people
Brothers,
don't.
just
You know,
got
the
back.
Bentleys kind of appreciate in value; they look good. But hey,
Right.
because I keep hearing people talking about don't buy a car right now. How do you weigh that? How do you say, you know what, I want to get my own transportation and be able to go whenever I want to over the ride sharing apps like the Lyfts or the Ubers or even public transportation? How do I weigh that?
Well, right now, what we're seeing is a shortage in drivers for these rideshare companies. So you're waiting a lot longer for your rides. Plus, they have this surge in pricing, so those Uber rides are a lot more expensive. And then you compare that to or pile on what people are afraid of the COVID and being affected by the drivers in the car, and they don't want to use this public transportation. So I would say go ahead and buy the car. One of the things that we talk about so much is you look at a car as an asset in some instances. If a car gets you to work, gets you to where you have to go, it allows you to be productive. So if you see a car
Okay.
as an asset and you plan on keeping it painted off, you get rid of all those concerns, in my opinion.
So you're basically saying if I already have a car, don't purchase another car because people need cars to get around. So that's basically what you're saying.
Unless you have a car that's 2 or 3 years old and you're just not in love with it and you're financially stable, you have the means, this is the most money you will ever get for your used car. I traded in a car at the end of the year and I got about $4,000 more than I expected, even having been in the industry. So if you're in a good financial situation, this is a good time to get rid of that old car if you want a new one, because you're never going to get this much money for your car again.
I never thought I'd be able to get rid of my Pinto. Ain't that something? I can. Ooh, this is the best time to do it now.
If it's more than 3 years old, you might have to keep it.
Oh, it's a classic though.
Sound like
It's
you're talking
classic,
about a
you're saying.
woman instead of a car. But anyway, as y'all kept talking, my mind drifted, and I said, "What are they talking about? An old girlfriend?
Daryl,
What are they talking about? Trade
don't
it
say
in,
nothing.
get more
Daryl's
back
on
than
the-
more than I ever expected. Don't go past 3 years. After 8 years, you might have to keep her. That's kind of what it sounded like. Anyway,
So
I
it's cheaper to
apologize,
keep
Daryl,
it.
to put you in the middle of that. That's what that right
Yeah.
there. That's yes.
Sometimes you wish you could trade them in, though. I'm just saying. Anyway, leave that alone. Daryl Killian,
woman's hard to
thank
come
you
by.
for being Auto Insider. You can hear the show on the Audacity app.
man getting
Thank
in
you,
the middle
Daryl,
of
for listening to us.
All
Joining
right,
us this
Daryl.
morning.
I hope
It's
you'll be
the
back.
Odyssey
I do
app.
Daryl,
hope
come
you'll
on
be
back.
All right.
The Odyssey app,
Hey,
absolutely.
anytime, let me know.
Well, all right, my brother. Thank you, man.